your computer is a electronic device that accepts the instruction in a specific language. Hence, it is very difficult to establish a communication between the user and computer. So till now, you have learned computer is a electronic device which doesn't understand any language that we are using. In our daily life, we're using English, we're using Hindi, we're using Odia to communicate. But computer doesn't understand anything. So every electronic device, it only know the two format, that is 0, another is 1. 0 means off, 1 means on. So if you provide any instruction to the computer, it will convert all the instruction into the 0 and 1 format. Then there is a question in our mind. It is possible that everything you have to pass to the computer as instruction into the 0 and 1 format. Even if you ask your number, it is difficult to remember. If you ask your name, I can easily remember your name. You can easily remember my name. But in terms of mobile number, it is very difficult. In a human brain, it is not possible to remember all the numbers. So maybe in our mind, we maximum remember 10 to 15 numbers. After that, it is not possible. Now, if you want to pass all this instruction into the 0 and 1 format, it is very difficult. So that we are using the computer languages. Through the computer languages, we provide the instruction to the computer, and that language computer can understand. So then there is a question: is computer know the programming language? Okay, so if computer wants to know the programming language, computer is going to the tuition. The computer doesn't know any programming language. Then how computer is understand this programming language? The
They
computer
compile to the machine.
is, we are using a compiler. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
When you know that when our PM is going to the United Nations and addressing all the country, so at that timing they what he is speak in Hindi, and at that
Yes, sir.
time the other people can understand it. How? Now they are using a headphone, and in the headphone there is a translator is present, so it is converting into the corresponding language. Suppose one person belongs to the Russia, so when the PM is speaking Hindi, it is converted to a middle format, that is English. English everybody know, and this English is converted to the Russia. It converted to the Chinese language. It converted to the Urdu language. As because of there is we're using a compiler. Now, when you write a program to pass the instruction to the computer, this language is two types. One is your low level language, another is high level language. High level language that we're using, like like C, C++, Java, Python, these are the modern programming language we're using today. These are called as a high level language. And low level language, it is what? Now low level language are the type of computer language in which computer recognize the instruction without conversion into any other form. They are not short and cryptic language which are not directly understood by the user. This type of language were used early computer, and when only the expert were able to code the instruction. The low level language are further categorized in the machine language, and it is converted to the assembly level language. Again, it's saying that. So I am just giving an example. What is that? PM Modi is passing the instruction or giving a speech in Hindi, but I don't know English. I only know Russia. Russian language. So the Hindi language is converted to the language that is English. From English, it is converted to the Russia, Urdu. Okay, like in different type of language, it is converted. So here two type of conversion is happened. One is Hindi to English, English to Russia. Two conversion is happened. But in earlier what happened, there is no two conversion. If I speak in Hindi, you must have to know Hindi. Then you understand. So anybody are not able to understand it. So at that timing, only expert can understand it. Okay, so you are watching the different type of movie, Akshay Kumar, Padman movies there. So he is also addressing, and some kind of translator is present. Or sometimes what happen, like when there is a TV commentary is there in the cricket match, when the player is not able to
Yes, sir.
speak in English, so there is another person is present. He is translating it. Okay. So the player is saying all the thing in their language, and that language is converted to that by another player in English. So all the people can understand. So only expert can understand it, but the commentator and other viewers cannot understand it. So that is a low level language. Low level language cannot understand by other users or what all the peoples. So that it is low level. Only expert can understand it.
Yes, sir.
So that's why it is called as the low level. Later, this low level language is converted to the machine language and assembly language. So what is that machine language and assembly language? That I go for a discussion here. Machine language is what? It is a form of computer language in which the instructions are coded in terms of binary digit, which is nothing but it is called the 0 and 1 format. Computer only understand the 0 and 1 format. 0 means off, 1 means on. 0 means off, 1 means on. So this form of binary instruction is called as machine code, or it is called as the object code. Only the computer can understand it, and only the expert can understand it, this machine language. The computer understands the machine code easily. It doesn't need to be transformed to converted into any other form, because machine language is a format only computer can understand it. So there is no need to convert it in other format. The only advantages of this language is that the program execute faster because machine code is directly operated by a CPU. Okay, so limitation of machine level language. The user needs to remember all the instruction code. The error detection and correction is difficult. It is a machine dependent language. It is having some disadvantages. What is that? The user needs to remember all the instruction code. Means you have to remember the 0 and 1 format. If you want to pass plus symbol, it is having 1, 000, 111, 00. So you have to remember that code. So every symbol you have to remember it. Error detection and correction is very difficult. So how you have to identify what is the error in 0 and 1 format? So the normal human being cannot understand it. It is a machine independent language. Machine independent language means it is only
Machine
run
can only
on the
understand.
particular device. Okay. We're using different operating system. Like normally we're using Windows 8, Windows 10 operating system, and other operating system is like Linux, Ubuntu. Okay, Android operating system is there. iOS operating system is there. Suppose you run one application in Windows, so that application is not fitted or it is not understood by the other application. Like Telugu, it is
Yes,
very
sir.
much familiar with what Andhra side. So if you speak in Odisha, and if you ask or if you want something and from the what shopkeeper and you communicate with the person with the help of Telugu, the person cannot understand it
Yes, sir.
because
Okay.
that language is familiar with that part, with that state. But here it is not. We're not using it. We're familiar with the Odia.
Yes.
So that's why here error detection and correction is what difficult. It is a machine dependent language. Only the particular machine can what understand it.
Understand.
Okay. Assembly language, a language in which the instruction are coded in terms of what like it is called as the what opcodes or operation code. It is also known as assembly level language. The mnemonics are abbreviation and instruction, and it is used to write a program, whereas opcode are the numeric code and instruction that are actually fed into the computer for execution. These instructions are assembly level language are readable to some extent and compare the machine language. Machine
Yes.
assemble language is what? Assemble language in which instructions are coded in the terms of what mnemonics and opcodes. That means what? You have to symbolically represent it. Languages are represented in the form of symbol. Have you noticed that when the reporter is taking the news from a conference, so they're writing something over there. So is it possible that
Yes, sir.
what the person is speaking over there, they speedily retain all the things? That is not
No, sir.
possible.
They are right tracking.
They write in a cryptic format, cryptographic format.
Yes.
And that cryptographic format only the reporter can understand it. Okay, like where the disabled person, those are blind person, they're using Braille language. Okay, Braille, they have to write it. Okay, so that language they can understand it. But motive is what? They express what? Suppose I want a biscuits from shopkeeper. Which language I'm asking? That person using different language. That person is also taking that same thing. Motto is same. Way of expression is different.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here mnemonics is like LDA. LDA means enter a value in a number. LDB, enter a value in B. Add A and B. For storing, we are using ST. For stop, we are using HLT. And this thing is converted in the opcode, operational code. So it is not understood by any person. The person cannot understand this language.
Yes, sir.
The instruction given in assembly level language are not directly understood by the computer. Hence, a translator is required to convert the instruction coded into the assembly level language to its equivalent machine code, which is known as assembler. Assembly level language is assembler and machine language. So advantages of the assembly level language. So there is a assembler is present. Like earlier we are using compiler. We're writing the program.
Yes, sir.
Programming language is converted to the machine language by using of compiler. Here assembly level language is converted to the machine code by using assembler. Machine code is what? It is a code only the computer can understand it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So advantages of the assembly level language. It is easier to write the instruction as compared to machine language. Error detection and correction is also comparatively easier. The code can easily modified. You can easily modify the code. Limitation of assembly code. It is also machine dependent language. It is understand in particular devices, means particular locality, like somebody using Kannada, somebody using Odia. So it is understand in the particular place. The user need to remember our mnemonics. You have to remember all the codes. And here also we require a translator. The translator is required to convert the instruction into the machine code. Okay, like we store the language in the assembly language. By using up assembler, it is converted to the machine code. The assembler here it works like your translator. It convert your language to the machine code. Okay, so next we're using high level programming language. So as we notice, there is some kind of disadvantages is present in the assembly language. So that is just a minute. To overcome these disadvantages of the low level language, the expert or the system developer develop another category of language which are referred to as a high level language, or that is called the HLL. This language allows the user to write the instruction in simple English phrase or sentence. So here there is no need to write the or remember the complex coding like symbols. It is not required. So here you have to use the simple English like statement to represent your instruction to the computer. If you want to pass your instruction to the computer, here we are not using the complex logic or complex coding. We have to only use the simple English word. So thus it makes the instruction easier to understand in the user native language. It allows a user to write the instruction even if he is not aware of the hardware architecture, computer, the programming style, and context comparatively easier to learn. So advantages of the high level language is what? So what are the high level language we're using? Basic, C, C++, Java, Python are some of the popular example of the high level language. So here you have to use the common English word and the common mathematical operator to write the program. So if you see this comparatively to the assembly language, so here the code that we are using, it is very difficult. But here what happened, the high level language that we are using here, okay, it is very simple, like some kind of mathematical instruction we have to pass.
Yes.
So it is a machine independent language, means in any device you can work. The instruction can be written in using English word phrase. It is easier to understand and develop the program logic. And the error detection and correction is very easy in the high level programming language. And there is some kind of disadvantages. It requires a translator. As you learn, till now we are using a compiler. Compiler work is converting programming language to the machine language. So here also we require a translator. So that translator is called as a compiler. That is one disadvantage it has. The machine code of high level instruction might be less efficient than the machine code generated from the assembly level instruction. The machine code of high level instruction might be less efficient. It is less efficient than the machine code generated assembly level instruction. One of the major disadvantages, it was a high level language is the machine cannot understand this language directly. Machine language, that assembly language that you are using, that computer or machine can directly understand it. But here,
Yes.
the language, the high level language that we are using, computer doesn't understand directly. So hence, we need to convert the instruction written in high level language into their equivalent instruction in machine level language, so that they can be operate open by the CPU or the translator, language processor. These are the instructions we're using. Okay. So next
Yes.
part we cover what is compiler and interpreter. Okay. ମୋ ପାଖରେ ଯଦି ଟାଇମ୍ ଥିବ ମୁଁ ନେକ୍ସଟ ରାତିରେ କନେକ୍ଟ କରିବି, ନହେଲେ କାଲି ମୁଁ କନେକ୍ଟ କରିବି। ଓକେ, ତା ଭିତରେ ତୁମର ଯଦି ଆଉ କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ସ ରହିଥିବ ମତେ ଇ କରିବ, ନହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଏଇ ଫ୍ଲୋରେ ପଢେଇବି, ତାପରେ ମୁଁ ସେପଟେ ଜାଭାକୁ ଯିବି। ଓକେ, ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ଏତିକି ପଢେଇଲି? ଓକେ, ମୁଁ ଆର ନୋଟ୍ସ ବି ତମକୁ ଡାକିଦେବି ହେଲା, ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ହବନି, ମୁଁ ନୋଟ୍ସ ବି ଡାକିଦେବି। ପଢେଇ ଦେଲା ପରେ ତମର ଏକ୍ସାମ ଅଛି, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଆଗ ପଢେଇ ଦଉଛି, ପଢେଇ ସାରିଲା ପରେ ତାପରେ ମୁଁ ତାର ନୋଟ୍ସ ବି ଡାକିଦେବି। କ୍ଲିୟର? ଠିକ ଅଛି।